All right, and good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, welcome back to the channel. This morning I am out at the Oregon State Capitol in Salem. The cherry trees are in full blossom, kind of almost at peak bloom, or pretty much it seems. I'm here. I'm still about 25 minutes before sunrise. The location of this does not get any direct light from sunrise, doesn't really take any advantage. It's a north-south facing little park here. But I'm came out here to try to get first light, especially with as few people as possible. I see like one photographer setting up there now. Every spring, people come out here in droves, photographers that trying to get good shots. And just a large number of people. Yesterday was their Cherry Blossom Festival. I came out last night, and I'll throw up a little some of the photos I grabbed last night, a little bit of video as well. And what I'm going to show you in just a little bit too is one thing that I found is kind of disappointing. The Capitol building right now, which is kind of at the end of the park here, is currently under construction. So in years past, been able to get some great shots with the Capitol. This year, not so much. But what I do like, this is the first year I've actually seen them with these lanterns. So I'm actually trying to get some shots with the lanterns last night. And then again this morning, as we get some more light here to help even out the lighting. Right now, the lanterns are really kind of bright compared to the blossoms. So we'll see what we can get with that. But like I say, I will show you the full park in a little bit here to kind of see what we're looking at as far as the Capitol. I'll probably still take a few shots with the Capitol just because that's the standard. But what I'm also going to do in this video is I'm going to show you some of the photos I've taken in years past. So make sure you stay tuned for the gallery at the end here. I'm going to try to put just everything at the end. I may put some in the middle of the video, but most of them are going to be at the end. And I'm going to have this year's, previous years, and put all those together so you can kind of see what we're doing. All right, this is pretty good. I like this. This is what I've got right now is actually a vertical leading down the path with some of these lanterns here. I'm actually going to jump up to F8, which is going to give me an exposure here of, what is that, half a second, it looks like. No, I'm sorry, that's not half a second. Yeah, we'll call it about not quite half, but looking down the path here, with the lanterns and starting to get some of this light as the sun's coming up here. So we've got kind of some blue hour, and it's actually starting to filter in. Looks really good. Let me go ahead and hit this here, just kind of give you an idea of what my framing looks like. And you'll see one of these images here. The end. What I'm probably going to just take a little bit of time, try to do a few shots to do a little bit of focus stacking, just to the standpoint that it's hard to get everything in focus front to back on here, and this is definitely a shot that can benefit from that. So I'm going to work on that, and I'll get back to you in a little bit. All right, so what we've got here is the classic shot. Again, it's kind of ruined this year. If you can see the scaffolding up on the Capitol, some orange barriers in the front, which may not be picked up on the camera. It might be blocked a little bit by the hedge around the fountain. But classic shot, fountain, Capitol, and the trees on either side down the walkway. Still going to go ahead and take a couple shots of this just because, hey, it's the classic shot. But I'm going to, remember, I'm going to show you some of those from the years past that I think turned out really well at different times of day, and we'll go from there. But when everything is good, fountains on, that type of thing, this shot actually looks pretty good. So I'll go from there. All right, so I came over to the side here. I wanted to go ahead and try another one that I mentioned with the framing of the Golden Pioneer. So I'm going to try to frame the Golden Pioneer with some of these leaves. For this, I'm actually going to change to different lens. Got the 70 to 200 to give me a little more reach. So let me swap out here. I don't think I need the lens hood today. So in just a little bit of time that I've had here, someone's made the brilliant decision to go ahead and turn off the lanterns that have been hanging. So now I don't have the lit lanterns against the trees that are starting to get more of the natural light. So it kind of ruins that shot. So I'm probably not going to spend a whole lot more time here this morning. But let's see what we've got. If I can get this framed up the way I see it versus the way I can actually get it in the camera are two different things. Yeah, I may not be able to do that with it on the tripod, unfortunately. So we're gonna go handheld with this one because, you know, sometimes that's all you can do. The only downside on this is that this almost is a good candidate for a little bit of exposure bracketing, just because the Golden Pioneer is actually getting quite a bit of light, and what I would prefer would be to, you know, kind of balance that with what's on the cherry blossoms here. I'm not getting a whole lot there, but try to get this in there. And again, let me show you what I'm looking at through the camera so you have a better idea before you see the final photo. Because again, I'm wanting to focus on the Pioneer and still have some of those, but I want the cherry blossoms to actually be recognizable as well. So we'll see what happens. I may play around a little bit with it here, see if I can actually find a composition with the tripod, so I can actually do some bracketing and go from there. All right, so I'm finally getting a little bit of the sun on the northern end that's kind of hitting some of these. So one of the things you do when you can't get the shots that you want, so again, that overall shot I was showing earlier, can't get that, so it's concentrate on some of the details. So again, I'm sticking with the 70 to 200 for right now. I'm going to try to get some of these details as they're being lit up now by the sun. And so just going to have the little groups of the blossoms, and we'll play around with that for a bit. I like that one. Nice warm light from the sun. This tree over here is getting quite a bit of light, so I'm going to take a look at that. The one downside with the 7200 is that it does have a little bit of a longer focus distance than some than what I would like. So lower magnification. So sometimes I have to step back a little bit further than I want to, but no, it's good. It's actually working quite well for these. All right. This one doesn't have light on it, but I want to get a shot here, so. Fifteenth of a second might be a little bit slow for handheld, but hey, thank Canon for image stabilization, right? And again, oh yeah, I'm liking the light on these now. Again, very bright, but it's turning out pretty well. And some nice detail shots really make a big difference when you can't quite get what you think you're going to. Go for the details, forget the big picture. Again, the big picture was completely ruined here. So, yeah, absolutely. I'm going to see what else I can get. Okay, sun's getting up a little bit higher. It's hitting on this end pretty brightly, but it's making for some pretty contrasty light already, even though it's fairly early. My original plan was to come back out this evening. I may or may not do that. So if I do, you'll see that. If I don't, this will be the end. And if this is the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe. And God bless you.